I think it was Thursday of last week. We had a little situation at the Matthews office building. Guy ran across from, well, two guys ran across the street from Penn Square Mall, hid in our parking garage, not under the Matthews mobile, but it was under the vehicle next to the Matthews mobile. Later on, we found out that the guy was being chased by a security guard, and that the security guard's gun did what they call an AD, which was an accidental discharge. And it started me thinking, what causes an accidental discharge? Usually it's this. Am I right, David
Yep.
the Marine?
I see your war face. You got a war
Elverton?
face?
Yes, it does.
Yes. This is the primary culprit.
It is. A lot of times it's an accidental discharge. It should be called a negligent discharge because somebody's doing something like having his finger on the trigger when it should not be on the trigger.
So is it a big difference? I mean, I know you've taught me never had that finger on the trigger. That's your primary safety.
Right.
And does it make a difference in your timing, shooting with it, having the finger on the trigger and not having it on the trigger?
Well, a lot of people, their response would be, it takes too long to
do
fire
that.
to get in there. I want my finger on the trigger. I shoot this guy. I want to shoot right now, by golly. And like, okay, there's a time maybe for that. But if you are managing a threat, that's not the time to have your finger on the trigger. So let's see what the time difference is between the finger on the trigger versus finger off the trigger.
That's going to be a good test.
Stand by. And that time was, I can't see it. It was
0.43.
0.43. Try it again. Stand by to stand by.
Standing by. 0.30, sir.
Stand by. And that is
0.27,
2.7.
sir.
The result of 5 shots with finger on the trigger. Average time 0.30. Finger off the trigger. We'll see what that looks like. Stand by.
0.57.
5.7.
Yes.
Of course, that sucked too. Like
It
your
did
first
suck.
one.
Yes.
Stand by.
0.51.
5.1. Sucks last. Still sucks. Stand by. Okay, this is going the wrong way.
It is going the wrong way. 0.57.
0.57. Stand by.
0.64.
6.4. You
of the
suck. Stand by. I'm sorry, I said it on camera. Stand by. So we have 2.5 hits out of 5 shots. There's the half.
There's a nick right there.
That's the first shot. When people pull, they kind of, I'm not even pulling the trigger, I just kind of move my finger from here to here. And what happens is, that's doing that.
Yep.
If you just go from here to the trigger without, dragging along the frame, you're able to do that.
Ah. Down. Yeah.
And hold tight with your left hand. But you're here,
Yep.
a lot less movement. So that'd be the trick to stay on target. And we can see what it looks like real quick.
Okay, so now I'm going to practice what you just taught me.
Right. We'll see how that changes things. Stand by.
0.48.
Damn, I'm good.
Yes.
Stand by.
0.35.
Make it look better all the time.
Yes.
Stand by.
0.38 again. Very good.
And let's take a look at the hits. Okay, so 3.8 again. What was your first one?
0.45.
4.5?
Yeah.
So 3.8 twice and 4.5. So we're at, we'll call it 40. So you are
That's a big difference.
it's a tenth of a second slower.
But accuracy is a big difference.
Yeah, there's a way to do it. And
Yeah.
you can't wipe your finger along the frame. You have to go from the frame to the trigger, and that'll keep you on target.
And I have to fight I had to fight my urge to feel the trigger coming at me. In other words, with the finger. When you're putting it in and pulling the trigger, you have to kind of fight that urge. Oh wait, where's the trigger? There it is. You have to, but you got to practice that.
Exactly. It's something you have to come out and practice, which nobody does. Nobody does it. So hopefully this gets some people idea. Let's go out and practice, because there's a way to do it, and let's make sure you can still get your hits when you do that. And as we say, so the average time added, you went from like 3.0 to about 5.0, 5.2 average. And so you added like 0.2 of a second. But if that can keep you from shooting somebody you don't need to shoot, that's a well spent 0.2 of a second.
Absolutely.
Now if you want to get behind the gun here,
And as usual, guns for everybody.